I want to do this all day long. All I can do is laugh.
Eric Keller here with Enthusiast Auto Group, and we are in Carmel Valley, California. We are at a client's car compound and home, having an EAG party, a gathering of BMW enthusiasts, and we've had quite a few people come over for the day and food and drinks, and want to celebrate really a cool opportunity. We've got Kenn Sparks with us today. He's spent the last 25 years working with and for BMW North America. Recent retiree, and decided he wanted to get a retirement present for himself, and after being the head of communications and BMW's spokesperson for North America, there's a good opportunity here to get inside the head of another enthusiast that bleeds blue, and
Weiß und blau,
right.
white and blue.
So a month ago tomorrow, Kenn flew up to EAG and had his EAG experience. We had 11 hours of a whole lot of fun driving M5s, and so I wanted to pick the brain and share it with our fellow enthusiasts. So here we go.
Hey, you didn't tell him, this is my car.
This is your car now. You own it. He's paid for it. This is his Alpine White on Carmel 2002.
E39 M5.
I wanted to ask you first, why you've driven every BMW worth driving, especially in the M brand, over the last 3 decades.
Yeah.
Why did you decide on a E39?
Well, first of all, the design. This is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. There's no question about that. I love the look of this car, but the performance of it, I mean, is absolutely legendary. And we're now calling it the Bavarian masterpiece, and we'll tell you that story a little bit later. But from the days when we were doing the BMW films, the time I saw this car before it was even released to the public at the Geneva Auto Show, and the M guys gave me a preview of it about 6 months before its public debut in '98, I think that was. And saw that engine, heard that sound, saw the look, and then just watching it develop through the years and the following, had a very, very loyal following, and I decided I wanted to be among them.
Join that.
Yeah, I wanted to join that crowd, and after years of collecting cars for BMW and adding to the collection here in the United States, the historic car collection, now that I'm retired, I needed to have one for myself.
Yeah.
And then it was a matter of which one, and it didn't take me long to figure out it was the E39 M5 that I really wanted to buy. And then I found you guys, which made it possible, frankly.
How did you find us?
Well, I've been watching. I watched all the YouTube videos I could find. It's amazing how many E39 M5 videos there are on YouTube, and then looking on all the different online sites and saw what the prices were and all of that. And I had heard of Enthusiast Auto Group and EAG, and suddenly it popped into my head, And for the first time, I went to your website, and there were all of those beautiful, beautiful M5s, including this one, which had just arrived. And so I called my friend Eric Winsberg, who is the legendary M guy for the U.S., and he said, "Oh, I know Eric and in the EAG," and he said, "I'll make you an introduction." And a day later, you and I were talking. A week later, I was up to see you, and decided this was the car I was going to buy. It happened very fast, but a very wonderful experience, and it still is a wonderful experience.
Yeah, that's why we do it the way that we do it, and have that EAG experience and have the relationships. And I mean, we're end up being very good friends with our clients more times than not, and that's why we're here.
Sure.
I mean, we sold the orange 1M to a gentleman here, and he's like, he had a great experience, and mentioned it to our EAG pit crew chief Mike that if we wanted to have an event at the house, he's got a really cool car compound, and would welcome us and fellow enthusiasts out to have this event, which has been great.
Yeah.
And so here we are a month later. We decided 5 days ago that we were going to do this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we were on the phone late on the Thursday, and I said, I need to know tomorrow about noon because I got a truck, I could make it happen. And 72, they loaded up on Saturday, and here we are literally 72 hours later unloading the car.
Yeah.
We had a really good experience at the shop. I mean, we first was going to go for a Dinan Stage 2 that we had, right? The gray
Yeah,
one?
that was the first one. That was the car I actually came up to buy. It was sterling gray metallic, beautiful car, and with the full Dinan S2 level. I mean, it was a fantastic car to drive, and the performance was just incredible. And then there was the Girotta Red,
Yep.
which was also a magnificent car. And then there was this one, totally stock at the time.
And this had just come off. This was as it arrived. We had washed the car. That was it. I mean,
That was it, yeah.
It was off the truck condition, but when you buy them really good, you know,
Yeah.
when you got a good base like this, right?
And we spent the day driving. You know, it started off with the 5, narrowed it down to the 3. 3 where the driving was. The second time I drove this one, though, it changed my mind, and I knew this was the one that I wanted. This car drives better than it did to begin with. Now with all of this, you know, the engines in these cars, particularly at that time, they're all handcrafted engines. So everyone is a little bit different, and everyone has its own personality. So, you know, when you go to buy a car, whether it's a new car or a collector car like this, you have to bond with it. I mean, it's not just you choose it because it's beautiful and powerful, but you've got to feel something from the car. And I told you my the sense that I had, it reminded me of the scene from Harry Potter when he's at Diagon Alley and he's looking to get his wand because he's going to be a wizard. And Evander tells him, the wand chooses the wizard, Harry. And that's how it was with this car. I mean, I chose it, but I think it really chose me. And I felt that right away. And so it didn't take long.
Yeah.
I knew for sure this was the car. And then the rest of the day that we spent driving and having fun just simply solidified that point. This was the car for me, and never doubted it after that.
Yeah, and a lot of the majority of our E39 M5 buyers have owned an E39 M5 before, and while the title's never been in Kenn's name officially on a North American M5, he's had a lot of, I think you told me the story at Autobahn.
Yeah, the fastest I've ever gone, even to this day, in a car was in an E39 M5, and this was about 2000, 2001. I'd arrived in Munich, and the M guys at Garking picked me up and handed me the keys to a white E39 M5.
You didn't say it was white.
Yeah, it was. It was white, just like this one. And it was fairly late at night, about 10 o'clock or so. So I'm driving back into Munich, and I have a friend of mine with me, and it was on that one unlimited speed stretch between the airport and Munich. And about 10 o'clock at night, no traffic on the road. And I looked over at Russell. Russell looked at me and kind of nodded, and so just simply dropped it into fourth and floored it and took off and hit 165 miles an hour before we started nearing the limited speed area and getting into traffic, and had to slow down. But yeah, that's the experience I've never forgotten, and I think that's the experience that came back to me when I was deciding which car I was going to buy. So I'm probably not going to hit 165 in this. I can't think of any place in particular where I'd be able to do that.
Well, you can now that we did all the Dinan stuff to it and removed the
That
limiter.
would go a
for
lot
you.
faster than that, actually. Yes.
Well, when you were telling me that story, then that reminded you of the video of the thrust, the jet car filming.
Oh yeah, for those, and that was an English commercial, and I completely forgotten about it and found it just a few weeks ago, and it was one of the commercials, advertisements in England for this car when it first came out, and it's a jet-powered car running along. I don't think it was it might have been the Bonneville Salt Flats, but of course running alongside it, car is being filmed, and you're not even thinking about that, except this jet-powered car is rolling along at this incredible speed, and then it hits you. Well, what's this that's running alongside it and taking the film of the thing? And you get to the very end of the commercial, and the guy comes out and to adjust the camera, and you realize the camera is attached to the side of an E39 M5. So running alongside that jet car at close to 200 miles an hour is the E39 M5. You know,
the beast.
at that time, as the British said, the fastest saloon car in the world.
Yeah,
you know, which is true.
Which is true. Yeah. No, it absolutely. It's a.
I mean, it runs chills through me every time I see that thing and thinking about that. You know, that was this car doing that. I mean, not this specific car, but this model car doing that. It's just hard to believe that something so elegant and beautiful, so easy to drive, so comfortable, and so civilized.
So after Kenn's visit, he had his car picked out, this Alpine White. He took a little poll on Facebook. He's got a lot of car friends, obviously, and so it was kind of fun to read all through the comments and tell us about that.
Well, you know, I pretty much decided what car it was going to be, but I always like to get, you know, the ideas from my friends, and so I put the pictures of the three cars, the Sterling Gray Metallic, the Chiarotto Red, and this one, and you know, I put all the attributes of them, and I said, help me choose, and boy, did they help. I mean, you know, 300 some odd responses on this one. This was pretty cool. And oddly enough, the Sterling Gray with the S2 got very, very few votes for it. The strongest number of votes were for the Chiarotto Red, this one, and I tend to think this one actually came out ahead of the other.
Yeah, well, I can understand why the Alpine White on caramel is just stunning.
Pretty stunning.
And sorry for the background noise, it's just a GT3 RS leaving the party. I don't know who invited him, but we're just going to let him do his thing. So, let's see, from there, we decided...
He's got a very short turning radius.
That's what we decided. So, it's Tuesday. On Thursday of last week, I called Kenn and we decided that we were going to decide to ship this car out to California, and Kenn was going to join us for some fun Monterey festivities.
Yeah.
And 72 hours ago, 75 hours ago, I guess at this point, we loaded this car up in Cincinnati with the team drivers, and they came and unloaded about an hour before we got here. And I wish I would have videoed as soon as Kenn sees the car open up by this big garage. We jumped in the car, no license plate. I mean, didn't think about anything. We just jumped in the car
and took off down the road.
Yeah. And we almost didn't come back. His reaction, it was just a lot of that.
Well, I hadn't seen the car since I bought it, and all the Dinan upgrades that we did to it. So the sound, starting it, first of all, it's a perpetual smile whenever you hear this car when it's running. But then to take it down the highway, wow. Yeah, you know, I tell myself, you know, this is a collector car in a lot of ways. I'm going to be very careful with how many miles I put on it. But the temptation
right.
to drive it every day is going to be pretty tough to withstand.
You told me one of the comments from one of the BMW. He was pretty high up at BMW.
Yeah, he was the president of a couple of BMW divisions. He was the head of technical integration for years at BMW. I mean, one of the most brilliant engineers I have ever known, and lives in Germany, great friend of mine. And the day I decided to buy this, I sent him a little quick email with a picture. Now, I was waiting to get back, you know, oh, congratulations, fantastic, fabulous car, have a great time with it. I get one sentence email back the next day. Kenn, the M5 you have bought is a Bavarian masterpiece. Treat it wisely. And that was it. That's all he said. And pretty wonderful, I must say. And you know, and that's how I feel. It is a Bavarian masterpiece, and now it's my job to take good care of this car. Right. It'll take good care of me, there's no question.
And that's where we come in to help along the way. Yeah. As we have with Jerry here. Jerry's bought a E39 M5 from us how long ago?
About 2.5 years ago.
And how was your EAG experience?
Very good. I did one of your reviews, if you noticed. And
yeah.
I kept seeing it for a while. So
right. Well, say hi to everybody on YouTube, Jerry.
Oh,
Why not? All of our
Yeah.
videos are one take, so that's just
it.
kind of the fun
and
part.
spontaneous.
Yeah, this is not scripted, as you could tell. Let's see, we're going to do Legends of the Autobahn on Friday. So if you're in the area and would like to meet Ken, here's some more BMW stories. We've got a lot of the North American guys there. A lot of Enthusiast Auto Group cars will be in attendance. We had a good showing of them here tonight. This is our first ever EAG gathering of enthusiasts, and I think if Justin will have us back, we should probably make this a regular event on our itinerary. I think that we should probably add some more videos as we go through the rest of the weekend. Is there any? Are we leaving anything out?
No, I think for now, I think we've covered it. We're up to date.
Cool. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. Hit subscribe down at the bottom. A lot more cool stuff to come. Appreciate everybody's support. Our clients are why we do it the way we do it, and we'll always continue to set the bar and set the industry standard for quality and everything that we're doing within the BMW community. So again, subscribe for more information. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.
It's just a joy to be behind the wheel of this thing. It feels so alive. As do I.
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
If the car's not going to bring you joy, what's the point?
Oh, you're right. The joy of driving.